Welcome to class today. This is a simple sequence to help bring mobility to the hips. The first thing we will do is just to lie on the back, holding onto the knees, moving the knees around in space so that the leg bones are getting to move in the hip sockets. You could be sort of drawing circles in the air with your knees. And maybe draw circles the other way around. Feeling this sense of movement just around the hips. Noticing any places that feel catchy or not smooth. The difference between one side and the other. Next thing we'll do here is if you hold on to the left leg, the knee or the thigh, bring the right leg down to the floor. Now, let me give you an option here. If it feels okay to straighten out the right leg on the floor, you could straighten the right leg on the floor. If that feels like it starts to pull on the back in a not good way, then you could continue to have the right foot just on the floor. Either of those is fine. And then again, just move the leg you're holding onto in some very small, gentle circles, just working with whatever mobility is there. Either doing this with the right leg bent or right leg straight, depending on what feels fine for you. Switch around to the other side, bring the right knee in, and then either the left foot is on the floor, or the left leg could be straight if that feels unproblematic for your back or hips. Just gently moving the right leg around. Just moving within whatever range of movement is easily available. Okay, then let go of the foot, bring that down to the floor, and bring both knees to their bent. Next thing we'll do is start working some subtle abdominal contractions. We'll do this first with the knees bent and hands on the belly. Like hands on the belly so you can feel the space between your pubic bone and the bottom of the rib cage. Great. Inhale and expand your breath into the back of the rib cage. Exhale and gather the belly in. Pull both hands towards the midline. Pull the front lower ribs down and the lower belly down. Inhale, soften the belly, send the breath into the back ribs. Exhale, gather the belly in. Pull the belly in towards the midline. Pull the front lower ribs down, pull the lower belly down. Inhale, softening the belly, sending the breath into the back ribs. Lightly press the back lower ribs down. Exhale, gather the belly in. Left and right both move towards the center. Front lower ribs down, lower belly down. Do one more like that on your own. Now we're also going to add in an arm movement. So for this, you'll need a bit of space around you so you can take your arms out to the side like you're making a snow angel. Start with the hands near the hips, little fingers on the floor. We'll be connecting to the same action in the belly whilst moving the arms. And if you have any issues in the shoulders today, I only want you to go so far with the arms as the shoulders feel totally fine. Let's start with inhaling into the back ribs. Lightly press the back bottom ribs down. Exhale, gather the belly in. And as you do that, sweep the arms out to the side. Just going as far as feels okay in your shoulders. Inhale with the arms out. Let the belly soften, but keep the back lower ribs down. Exhale, gather the belly in. And then bring the hands back down. Keeping the back bottom ribs on the floor. So this is quite subtle. Inhale, pausing with the hands near the hips. Let the belly soften. Press the back lower ribs down. On the exhale, arms slowly move out to the side. Pull both halves of the belly in towards the midline. Pull front lower ribs down, pull lower belly down. Inhale with the arms out. Exhale, gather the belly in. Arms slowly track down. Inhale, let the belly soften, but send the breath into the back ribs. Press the lower back ribs down. Exhale, move the arms out. Gather the belly in. Feel for there being a connection between the belly and the arms. Being aware of the shoulders and how far it feels appropriate to move. And then pause, take a massive breath in. Press the lower back ribs down. Exhale, bringing the arms back down, gathering the belly in. Inhale when the hands are near the hips, softening in the belly, but staying aware of the back ribs. Do one more round on your own, moving on the exhales. And then once you're done with that round, just take some breaths without any effort. Let's do a twist next. Stretch the arms out to the side. Knees are bent. Inhale, let the knees track a little over to the left. Exhale, gather the belly in. Knees come back to the middle. So inhale, knees go a little to the right. Exhale, gathering the belly in, knees come back to the middle. So keep going with this twist. Doing it in a way that feels good for your body. Bringing in that slight contraction on the exhale. And feeling what you notice with that subtle contraction. Next time your knees go to the right, make that the last one. And then bring the knees back to the middle. For the next pose, you will need a cushion that you can squeeze between the inner thighs. So mini bridge lifts, lying on the back, chunky cushion between the thighs, arms are on the floor next to the thighs. Feet are beneath the knees and parallel. Notice if your toes are pointing out or inwards, and instead make the feet parallel. Great. Inhale and connect down through your feet. Exhale, squeeze the cushion, gather the belly in, and explore lifting the hips an inch up off the floor. Inhale, relax the hips, let them come down to the floor. Exhale, squeeze the cushion, gather the belly in, lift the hips just an inch or two. Inhale, letting the hips relax on the floor, letting the belly soften. Exhale, squeezing the cushion, letting the hips tilt up, connecting to the belly. Inhale, hips come down. Do 3 more. Notice as you squeeze the cushion, if you can feel for getting the lower buttock muscles to engage. And once you've done 3, take a couple of resting breaths. Allow your breath to just move freely. So let's do a few hip poses that we can do standing up. If you step your left foot forwards, so you're just on the ball of your left foot, and then take your hands, one on the front of the right hip, one on the back of the right hip. And then do some circles with the right hip. Moving around just slowly a few times one way and a few times the other way. Just some standing hip circles, imagining the right hip joint moving in its socket. And then do the other side. Right foot forward, left foot back. And then have both hands on the left hip, circling around a few times one way and a few times in the other direction. Standing hip tilts, have the cushion in between the thighs, hands on the hips, and feet, have your feet parallel. So one more thing, take the hands onto the lowest part of your butt that you can reach, just below the sitting bones. Have the fingertips down there somewhere. And I want you to get those muscles to work more and be involved in this. So inhale, bend the knees, send the hips back. Exhale, squeeze the cushion. Try to turn on the lower butt muscles and straighten the legs. Inhale, bend the knees, hips go back. Exhale, straightening the legs. Connect to the lower buttock muscles as you squeeze your cushion. Do 2 more like that. Great, then remove your cushion. Next is twisting horse. If your back or hips feel fragile, you'll do this with the hips against the wall. And then your feet are a little out to the side, toes pointing out sort of at a diagonal. If you're feeling stronger today, you might be able to do this away from the wall and also with the legs a bit wider. Inhale, being upright. Exhale, move your chest towards the left knee. However much or little feels okay. You know, you might be down here, you might just be in a little bit of a lean. Inhale, straighten up again. Exhale, chest goes towards the right knee. Inhale, straightening up. Exhale, chest left. Inhale, straightening up. Exhale, chest right. Inhale, straight. Do 1 more on either side. Okay, then stand up, bring the feet back together, give everything a bit of a shake. Yeah? Let's try a balance. Okay. We'll have a play with tree pose. Inhale and bring all of your weight into the left leg. Just lift the right foot a little up off the floor. Exhale and bring that right foot onto the ankle. Knees going out to the side a little. If you feel you could go further with this and you're feeling balanced, you could maybe take the foot onto the shin or possibly onto the inner thigh. If it feels better to keep the foot on the floor, keep the foot on the floor. It's easiest to balance. Using the support of the wall if that feels good. If you're feeling really balancy, you might be able to reach your arms up in the air. All right, bring the arms down. Bring both feet down onto the floor. And we'll try the other side. So inhale and pour all of the weight into the right leg. Exhale, lift the other foot up and bring the foot to the ankle or onto the shin. And then maybe take the arms out to the side or overhead, or keep the hands on the wall. Okay, bring the arms down, bring the legs down, and give everything a shake. Foot fishing. For preference, you'll need something like a scarf or a yoga belt in order to go fishing for your feet. So take the strap around the left leg, and then have the left leg up in the air. Now with the other leg, you've got two options. If things are going to feel wobbly around the back and hips, maybe do this with the right leg bent. If it feels okay in the back and hips, you could also straighten out the right leg on the floor. Let the shoulders pull down towards the floor, holding on to both strands of the belt with both hands. All right, and then we will just play with taking the leg to one side. So hold both bits of the belt in the left hand, and then take the leg a little bit out to the left. And then bring the leg back to the middle. Change the hands over, and then take the leg over to the other side. So don't take this too far. If you go a long way with this, you start to come into a twist, which is not so much the idea here. This is about stretching into the leg. Bring the leg back to the middle, bend the knee, release that fish back into the sea, and then go fishing for your other foot. Getting the belt around the right foot. Once you've lassoed your fish, take the right leg straight up in the air. Noticing the difference one side to the other. And reach your foot up towards the ceiling, so like your leg is getting long. And again, you can either do this with the left leg bent or the left leg straightened out on the floor, depending on what feels most commodious for your hips and legs right now. Then put both bits of the belt into the right hand and take the leg out to the right, just a bit. Keep the left hip on the floor. Don't let the left hip roll up. Then bring that leg back to the middle. Change the hands over and take the leg over to the left. Feeling the stretch of up the outside of the leg. Keeping the right hip down on the floor. And then bring the leg back to the middle, bend the knee. Release your foot back down to the floor. And now set yourself up so you can rest for a few minutes. Whether that's lying with the knees bent or whether that's lying with the legs straight. Coming into a position where you can be still for a few minutes. Using any props you need, any cushions or blankets to make yourself comfortable. Just giving yourself permission to rest for a few minutes and do absolutely nothing. Just dropping down into rest for a few minutes. Allowing your body some stillness. Allowing your body some rest. Allowing some inner quiet. Notice your breath. Allowing your breath to gently deepen. And then bend your knees. Just do a simple twist, either with the feet on the floor or the knees in towards the chest. Just easing back into movement, easing side to side. And then ease all the way over onto one side. Bring your arms in front of you. And press the hands into the floor, sitting up that way. So thank you for coming and doing yoga today. Enjoy the rest of your day.